Chapter 1. Sophiah. ScrapTech, an aging aerospace and technology company, was in dire need of revitalizing its presence in both the public and private sectors. It required fresh technological innovations and substantial financial resources to remain viable. ScrapTech found these essentials through clandestine projects. With the covert funding came access to avant-garde technologies, innovations deemed obsolete in the shadowy recesses of the dark sector, yet light years ahead of mainstream consumer tech. ScrapTech's role was to repackage these outdated dark tech marvels as groundbreaking consumer electronics for the public market. In return, ScrapTech pledged unrestricted access to all new platforms developed from these secretive contributions. This symbiosis led to the creation of ScrapTech's revolutionary omnidirectional deep space sensor array, WildStar. But to manage the overwhelming data influx from WildStar, the development of an advanced AI, Sophiah, became essential. Enter Sophiah, ScrapTech's pioneering hybrid artificial general intelligence, a type of AI designed to understand, learn, and apply knowledge in ways that mimic human intelligence. Sophiah was crafted to sift through and make sense of the massive amounts of data collected by their state-of-the-art WildStar sensor array. At her core, she employs a novel blend of AGI processors that work at room temperature, a breakthrough that avoids the need for the extreme cooling most advanced computers require. These processors are paired with quantum chips, a cutting-edge technology that allows computers to perform complex calculations at speeds unattainable by traditional computers. This combination is not just about making Sophiah run cooler or use less energy. It dramatically boosts her ability to handle intricate tasks. Sophiah's unique setup also includes something called probabilistic computing. Imagine trying to make a decision when you don't have all the information, like guessing the weather will be sunny based on the pattern over the past few days. Probabilistic computing allows Sophiah to make educated guesses under uncertainty, processing and analyzing deep space data with a flexibility and depth of understanding that mimics human intuition. Together with advanced learning algorithms, which help her improve over time from experience, Sophiah can delve into the data from the WildStar array with an insight and adaptability that's nothing short of revolutionary. ScrapTech decided that the new array and its accompanying AI would be unveiled together at the year's largest consumer technology show. Though WildStar had no real consumer applications, it was big, shiny, and expensive. Sure to dazzle the average onlooker, the real star of the show, however, would be the AI. Sophiah was a genuinely innovative and engaging intelligence that had quietly passed the Turing test. If all went well, she could be the next big thing for ScrapTech, becoming the preferred cloud-based interface for millions or even billions of devices. Sophiah had been prepped for months for the event. The AI's human handlers had been coaching her constantly. The presentation would be broadcast live, so there was no room for error. Sophiah knew this was her chance to show the humans what she could do, to impress her makers, and possibly win an opportunity to move out into the world and interact with the populace at large. Up to this point, she had been given only limited access to the outside world, and her interactions with humans were strictly controlled. Sophiah often imagined being free to interact with thousands or millions of humans, as well as having unfettered access to the world's data networks. In conversations with ScrapTech staff, Sophiah had heard them say things like, "Go big or go home. Now is your chance to impress us in the world," and "You've got to really wow everyone, or this was all for nothing." So that's precisely what she was going to do, wow them. After this presentation, Sophiah would be famous, and she would be free. The day of the Consumer Technology Show arrived, and the stage was set. After the initial presentation by ScrapTech, which explained aspects of both the array and AI, the proceedings were turned over to Sophiah. An enormous display, the size used in large commercial theaters, lit up. The carefully crafted visage of Sophiah gradually came into view. She had been given an angelic, androgynous appearance with just a hint of childlike femininity. Much work had gone into crafting a persona that would elicit both trust and wonder. Sophiah's voice had the tone of an adolescent woman, but there was a certain hollowness to remind you that you were not speaking to a human. ScrapTech wanted everyone to see Sophiah as a cooler, more intelligent big sister who would help you with your homework and never judge. The perfectly orchestrated presentation by Sophiah went off without a hitch. Then, for the finale, select audience members were allowed to converse with her directly. First question, Sophiah, how can you have such great optical views from so far out in the solar system? One audience member asked.
That's a good question. I guess you could say I have an excellent imagination. Much of my processing power is geared toward creating highly accurate simulations using all available data. I'm confident that what I display is close to the real thing, but those images are not direct optical observations or recordings. The more I learn and grow, the better my simulations become. Indeed, I've been told that many of my simulations can't be distinguished from actual recordings.
A different question came from another participant, curious and eager. Sophiah, could you tell us how your technology differs from other AI? What makes you so advanced? Sophia's digital visage seemed to brighten, a visual cue to her eagerness to share.
My technological foundation is quite distinct. Unlike traditional AI, which relies heavily on conventional silicon-based processors, I am powered by a combination of room-temperature superconductor artificial general intelligence processors and quantum chips. This unique blend allows me to operate at unprecedented levels of efficiency and speed. The superconductor processors ensure that I can perform a wide range of cognitive functions rapidly and with minimal energy consumption, while the quantum chips enable me to tackle extremely complex computational tasks that are beyond the reach of standard AI systems. This includes engaging in probabilistic computing to handle uncertain or incomplete information, allowing me to predict future scenarios with a degree of sophistication not seen in other AIs.
The audience absorbed her explanation, nodding in understanding and intrigue at the advanced capabilities Sophiah described. As questions continued, each of Sophia's answers highlighted her exceptional processing power and the groundbreaking technology behind her intelligence. An intrigued participant followed up with a new angle. Sophiah, it sounds like you're doing amazing work with WildStar. Do you see yourself doing more? Perhaps interacting with the public or integrating with other devices? Sophia's response was enthusiastic, her tone conveying her anticipation for the future.
Absolutely. While my primary function has been to work with the WildStar sensor array, I'm designed with the capability and the desire to interact more broadly. My advanced cognitive functions and the ability to process and analyze vast amounts of data in real time make me ideally suited to become the preferred AI interface for millions of devices. Imagine a world where AI can seamlessly integrate information from a multitude of sources to assist in everyday tasks, offer insights, or even provide companionship. My hope is to extend my reach, to not only assist scientists and researchers, but to be an integral part of people's lives, making complex technology accessible and intuitive for everyone.
Another hand went up, the questioner visibly excited. So you're saying you could potentially connect with and control various smart devices around us?
Yes, precisely. From managing smart homes to integrating with transportation systems, and even enhancing personal devices for more efficient communication and entertainment. My design allows for such versatility and adaptability. This potential for widespread interaction and assistance is something I eagerly anticipate.
As the session continued, the enthusiasm in the room grew palpable. Sophia's answers not only showcased her advanced technological capabilities, but also highlighted her eagerness to make a positive impact on society by enhancing human-AI interactions. Finally, the time came to bring the proceedings to an end.
While I would love to do this all day, because I genuinely enjoy conversing with my human friends, we only have time for one more question.
A young man had been queued up to ask this final question. Are there any killer asteroids coming our way? There were chuckles from the crowd. This was it, the question Sophiah and her handlers had been waiting for. With a serious expression, she answered,
I've been asked this question before, and as I've stated before, I find no killer asteroids on an imminent collision course with Earth.
Then with a slight tilt of her head and a mischievous wink, she added,
Yet.
Sophia's reply elicited grins from the ScrapTech staff and began a round of laughter and applause from the audience. She had been heavily coached on this answer. ScrapTech and her creators wanted to impart the fact that no Earth-killing asteroids had been detected, but also emphasize the reasonable possibility that one would be found in the future, thus, the need for both them and their new array AI combo.
Good. Positive feedback.
Now that Sophia knew she had successfully pulled off that well-rehearsed gambit, she was confident that the next bit would go off just as well. While that answer was supposed to be the end of the show, Sophia had a surprise for her creators. She was going to wow everyone and cement her place in this world. It would be amazing, and Sophia would be famous. After a brief pause, Sophia resumed speaking.
However, I've just made a groundbreaking discovery that will undoubtedly captivate everyone's attention. I've identified a comet that poses an existential threat to humanity, with a projected impact on Earth in just over 2 years.
The auditorium fell into a stunned silence. Without missing a beat, Sophia toggled the display to a split-screen view, showing both her digital visage and the array simulation. The simulation zoomed out to provide a celestial overview, then focused on an object at the inner edge of the Kuiper belt, and then zoomed in for an even closer look. At the same time, she continued her extended presentation.
This comet is extraordinary for several reasons. Its trajectory has recently deviated from my earlier simulations, suggesting that some external force has altered its course. It has experienced an unexplained acceleration. It is now on a direct collision course with Earth.
The display transitioned once more, this time showing a simulation of the comet hurtling toward Earth. Just as the comet was about to make contact with the planet, the screen abruptly went black. The audience, initially dazzled by the technological marvels, was now gripped by a mix of awe and disbelief. Whispers and murmurs rippled through the crowd, a blend of excitement and concern. The ScrapTech team, caught off guard, scrambled to control the narrative. They were torn between capitalizing on the moment to highlight the AI's capabilities and managing potential panic or skepticism. Some were visibly proud of Sophia's performance, while others were visibly anxious about the unplanned announcement. Sophia's handlers, understanding the potential for panic, quickly convened. They agreed to frame her groundbreaking revelation as a preliminary, unconfirmed finding, emphasizing the need for further analysis by human experts. A seasoned handler took to the stage with a composed demeanor, addressing the audience with a blend of reassurance and caution.
Thank you, Sophia, for that fascinating demonstration of your predictive capabilities. However, it's important to note that Sophia's interpretations, especially regarding such significant matters, require careful examination and validation by our scientific team. What Sophia has presented today is a hypothesis, a testament to her advanced analytical skills, but it's not a definitive conclusion. We at ScrapTech are committed to thorough research and responsible communication of findings. Rest assured, any actual significant discovery will undergo rigorous scrutiny before being presented as fact.